you get her when you can't afford the real one. Like what was that Ben Stiller movie? Where he gets married to a woman and she turns out to be a complete psycho.
Not
you
the
remember
museum.
that movie?
Weekend at Mary's.
No.
Zoolander. Happy Gilmore.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. He marries this girl. He marries this girl, and she turns out to like it's a fast marriage. Like he meets her, falls in love with her, and they get married. And on the honeymoon, he finds out that she's like crazy freak, like used to be in just drug addicted, crazy sex freak, just weirdo. And he marries her right off the bat, and finds out all these horrific things about her. And no idea who that chick is, but she looks like Cameron Diaz. And it's like there's a long list of actors and actresses, I believe, that is just like, oh, you can't get Cameron Diaz, get her. And the guy that was on the Reba McEntire show sort of seemed like, oh, you can't get Ashton Kutcher, get that guy. Like he's cheap, looks similar, and acts in similarly over the top ways. But I thought he was hilarious. And where did he go? Nowhere at all. But you successfully bothered Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
She was short. She smelled good. Was she craggy up close and in person?
No, she was great. But I'm in the middle of a string of bothering celebrities recently. I think first with Madonna and taking her picture, and secondly today. No, I just mixed up the mix a little bit when we were recording something, and I had to have her redo something. And she was totally fine with it. Like she's a sport, but all the suits in the room eyeballed me when I was like, "Oops, let me just turn this mix down and this one up, and let's take two."
That's
Yeah. So I want to make it a trifecta this week. Death Cab for Cutie tomorrow. I'm going to try to annoy them somehow.
Annoy Ben Gibbard?
Yeah. Maybe Ding Dong Ditch their trailer.
I don't know. That Ben Gibbard guy was married to Zooey Deschanel for a while.
Okay.
You could always just, be like, so what is it like to lose someone so incredibly hot and cute?
I don't want to brawl with Ben. I want to bother Ben.
Oh, you want to bother Ben?
Annoy him a little bit.
The new Death Cab for Cutie album, in my humble estimation, is really, really, really solid.
Everybody's saying that. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, 100 million %. Like, I've been a long-time fan of the band, but, I really feel like they turned out something special on this one. And if you look at what happened to Ben Gibbard's life over the last couple years, smoking hot A-list actress wife leaves him. He realizes he's an alcoholic, has to stop drinking. Goes through a recovery program, all sorts of other sort of enormous seismic shifts in his life, life-changing, awful events. And he ditched all his vices, quit drinking, lost his wife, and now started marathon running. So just, to add to all the emotional stress, he's decided to put incredible physical stress on his body as well. And it's just a crappy few years, I think, has helped him turn out the best album of his career. And in a selfish way, he's one of those guys that you hope never gets his life together so he can keep making the good records.
Yeah. Well, I just hope I can poke him tomorrow. Go and run. I did it. 3 for 3.
Maybe you can inconvenience him somehow. You can just tell him he has to do something again. Be like, oh yeah, sorry,
or
didn't get that one. There is no film in this camera. Let me try again.
when he requests a cup of water, I take 10 minutes getting it. Oh, you wanted it now? Oh. Minor inconvenience.
I thought this was a preemptive request for water. In about a half hour, I'm going to be thirsty. So if you could look after that. Well, I'm curious to know how you manage to bother Ben Gibbard tomorrow. Good luck.
I'll keep you posted.
Chris Walla, if he's still in the band, I don't know. Chris Walla, the guitar player from Death Cab for Cutie. No one could ever accuse that guy of not taking himself seriously enough. So he's a little sensitive, and I think a little annoyed that the spotlight is always shining on his bandmate Ben. If he's still in the band, I think he might have bailed for that reason. I can't remember. I feel like I read something about that somewhere. But yeah, no, he might be easier to perturb. I think he's a scotch more sensitive.
So.
Aww. Yeah.
I like your flannel today. Where'd you get that flannel? What shop in Silver Lake did you get that flannel? Did you buy it online? Did you match your glasses and your flannel today on purpose?
Wool cap. All right, let's get into the news.
On The Flash last night, Mark Hamill played the Trickster.
Right, a villain he originally played 20 years ago. But this new version is a little older and a little wiser and a lot more desperate for work. You know, it's... Did you watch The Flash or do you watch Arrow, the Green Arrow show?
No.
See, these are like two of my favorite comic book characters, and if they're going to make network TV shows out of them, I wish they could have given them to someone other than the CW, because the CW has turned them into, they're good. Like, elements of them are really cool, and if you're a comic book geek like me, they can be kind of fun to watch occasionally, but there's just too much, like, it's too aimed at tween girls. There's too much going on. It's too CW. And I was like, come on, couldn't you have given it to someone like Fox, or something like that? It's just, it's a double-edged sword, the the Arrow and Flash series, because you want to watch them, you want to enjoy them, and then there's just too much in there that morally compromises who you are. You're like, I can't watch it. It's clearly aimed at 14-year-old girls. Oh, go on.
Marilyn Manson and Smashing Pumpkins are launching a co-headlining tour.
Mm-hmm. So, forget about Prince. This is the show to see if you really want to party like it's 1999. They're playing big places, too. Like,
is there an opener? Because if the opener is like a new band, that would be really strange,
Yeah.
You bring your kids, everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I really... Both of those bands are bands that are good for a theater, I think, in most parts of the world.
Yeah, but do you think their craziness is going to keep them... Are they going to complete this tour together, you think, like all the way through? Or you think it'll blow up in the middle? There's a lot of energy there.
Honestly, out of the two... It's weird to say this, but I would say out of the two artists that are on that tour, I think the one most likely to pitch a hissy fit and and storm out would be Smashing Pumpkins. Like, yeah. I really do. I think Marilyn Manson is kind of just happy to show up and be there. His career is still alive, but it's been on a downward trajectory ever since about 2001. And the venues have been getting smaller and smaller. And for him, I think he's just happy to show up. He's happy to show up and play the smaller shows. He's just happy that he's still in it. Wishes it was still 1998 and he was still shocking in some way, shape, or form. And he was still dating Rose McGowan and she still got her butt out on red carpets. Do you remember that dress? Let's all think about that for a second. Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyways, I think he wishes it was still that. And while he's regretful that it's not, he's just happy to show up and have a career still and have an audience for his, people that, some people still think Marilyn Manson's scary. And Billy Corgan, on the other hand, just straight up doesn't understand. Doesn't get why things aren't like they were in 1999. He really doesn't. I think intellectually he understands. He said something very telling a little while back. He's like, I'm so glad I'm not a musician trying to make it now. He's like, doesn't matter how talented you are. If you're not willing to set yourself on fire on YouTube, you're going nowhere fast. And while he's right and while it's sad, he also doesn't seem to be able to accept that it's no longer 1999.
With puppies in my face and Dad gotta join the human race. Time for a yawn and a stretch and a walk, you see. They know my order at the restaurant across the street. That's why when I shuffle in, my coffee's already waiting for me. Breeze on the patio, outdoor table, sitting with my puppies, Homer and Mabel, wondering how the rest of the day will be. Just then a kid stops by and Homer jumps up to say,
Doesn't Delilah air at night? Isn't she in that show?
All you need.
So there's an All Delilah All the Time station. That makes sense, actually. That is like one of those. That is one of those properties that I feel like should have an all-day thing. Just because, like, you know, it's good to have on in stores and crap like that. On your radio, mad money, no, but I love what I do on the radio. Hear me yell the whole night through. I'm feeling so lucky that I can be the voice that you hear in this great big city. I rock on your radio, then head home. My puppy's gonna meet me at the door. So excited for a moonlight walk. She's what? I've done this before, and it's all good. Sunshine coming my way. Nothing's gonna change. I'll feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of my perfect day. Perfect day. Sunshine coming my way. Nothing's gonna change. I'll feel today. Nothing's gonna get in the way of my perfect day. Perfect day. It's all what you make of it. It's all what you make of it. Yeah. Well, are you? You're not a. Are you an engineer as well? Really? But I mean, like, are you an engineer in the fix-it sense? Like, this is broken. Oh, okay. What? Why is it that I feel as though Ali LaPree is gonna like be running part of the world in the not too distant future? Yeah, people that manage to fail upwards. I did just blew you away. I'm ripping you up, tearing you down, checking it out, gonna be making a kick, cause that's what I am all about. I got clout, and I don't have to shout it, but I will cause I can help that I am buzzing about it. Check what I say, I only do it my way. Check what I say, I only do it my way. That's the way you do what we do. I got a shitty email from my program director in Houston yesterday, and it wasn't shitty because of him, it was shitty because of a listener. And it was like, I'm not going to listen to this station as long as AD's on it anymore. Oh, I can't take it. And like, I was so pissed that well, because he had some thoughts. Like, this is his shtick. You know, if he was just like, oh, you know, like, if he... Go
ahead. Favorite the show and enjoy AD on the go. iHeartRadio presents AD.
Yeah, did you catch any of the Bieber roast the other night, Funkhouser?
No, I mean, no. I tried to stay up for it, but I'm not a night owl anymore, so I got to catch it on replay.
Yeah, no, there's a listener called Jacob who listens every single day, and thank you so much for being part of our radio family, Jacob. That he and I were sort of messaging back and forth on Facebook and Twitter in the run up to the Bieber roast, because of our shared burning white hatred of our burning white hot hatred of the little annoying lesbian haircutted spud sent to Earth by Canada via Satan to ruin everything for all of us. We were both rather looking forward to the Bieber roast. And here's the thing about that. The Bieber roast, I didn't watch all of it. I just kind of flipped back and forth and saw